Does God answer all prayers? That's a good question. Let's talk about it. The simple answer is no, he doesn't. And you can have two perspectives when it comes to this. Either God simply doesn't answer all prayers, or God does answer all prayers, and sometimes the answer to your prayer is no. But regardless of which perspective you have, the answer is still the same. Does God answer all prayers? Basically, no, he doesn't. But then you might ask and wonder why. Why doesn't he answer all prayers? It's simply because not everything that you pray for is good for you, and not everything that you pray for is meant for you. Not everything that you pray for is within God's will, and there are certain things that you can do that do hinder your prayers. Things such as not praying the will of God. If you're a man with a wife, mistreating your wife will affect your prayers. Like it says in James chapter 4, praying for things with the wrong heart posture. Like David says in the Psalm, praying while harboring iniquity in your heart. And there's a few other things as well that can cause God to quote unquote not answer your prayers. But even in light of this, I want you to keep a few things in mind. God not giving you what you're asking for is not always a negative thing. And it's also not always because you've done something wrong. But sometimes God not giving you the answer to your prayer is actually the best thing for you. And even though there are some prayers that God doesn't answer, we shouldn't allow this to discourage us from praying. Because in the same light that there are some prayers that God doesn't answer, there are a great many prayers that God does answer. And even a great many deal of things that seem impossible. And at the end of the day, how will you know if God is going to answer your prayer or not if you simply don't ask? It's better to ask God and then receive rejection than to not ask God at all and you could have received what you were praying for. So to answer your question, does God answer all prayers? Basically, no. But that shouldn't discourage us to pray, and we should do as the scriptures say, we should pray without ceasing. So I hope that this helped and that you learned something new. If you want more content like this, just go and drop a sub or follow.